morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am so excited that you're here. I teach this class very frequently, at least twice a year, 3 times a year. And you've heard it before. And those of you that haven't heard it before, we need to be reminded more than taught. So we'll here to mastermind and kind of help each other through this, okay? Welcome. So today I'm really excited. What the listing appointment, what this is, what I want to tell you is that we're going to teach you scripts, and you'll know how to speak to a seller that is intending to sell their home and what conversations to have with them. Okay? And you go there and you are, and you have this conversation. Someone's hiring you and it's a very serious conversation. Agents always get really nervous because there's a lot at stake, right? When you go to an appointment, like if you get hired or if you don't get hired, there's a lot at stake. But one of the things I want to encourage you is I want to encourage you to, the best way you're going to get better at these is just to go on as many appointments as possible. I think practice is very good. Some people in the office disagree with me. Sometimes they'll say, no, Sophia, like I pre-qualify the client. If they're not serious about meeting, I don't meet with them. And I'm here to say that unless you have like another listing to go to that same day, you have time to go. Okay? You have time to go. And the reason for that is because there's so much value in building a relationship with a human being.
Yes.
There's so much value. This morning, Ben and myself and Chardon met with a client. And I want to tell you something. That you are missing out on opportunities because you're not listening and asking and digging deep. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example about that scenario today, and then I want to tell you that it's the same with sellers. Okay, so you have to pay attention. Forget about your commission, forget about getting hired. Approach the situation with an open heart to say, how can I serve this human being in front of me? And if you really connect with them, they will hire you. Chardon shadowed me on a listing appointment. And I competed with 4 agents. He called me back and told Ben that he was going to go with somebody else. And I was in Miami, and I said, "Oh, nah." And I called him, and I got the listing, and he gave the full commission I wanted. He was trying to like lowball, and I was like, "No, you're about to make a big mistake. Like you cannot do that." So he signed and everything. We have the listing right now. And right now, I'm working on getting a price reduction for him. So every day, I'm doing my price reduction strategy. Every day I call and have you guys heard my price reduction strategy before?
No.
You have? You have. Have you? Anybody else have? But you have a price reduction strategy. So let me write this down so I don't forget, okay? So today I'm going to cover this presentation. That's how you came. I'm going to show you how to get a price reduction in this market. Okay? Absolutely, right? This is going to be key right here how you do it. I made up my own little way of doing this, price reduction. And then, what else do you want to learn from me today? So I write it down and I make sure I address everything. But what else would you like to learn from me today?
I'd say objection handling with like the commission.
Oh,
In case they push back on
the
it.
commission. Oh, I am very bold, and I'll tell you'll figure out which personality type I am today. Commission, objections. I'm very bold, so Charlotte is my witness because she went with me. And the first thing I say, we're going to discuss the commission first. And they always say, oh, thank you, because that's the worst thing they want to ask you, but they're embarrassed to ask you. So I bring it up first, and they go, oh, thank you for bringing it up. Okay? So you want to learn objection handling? What do you learn?
So I think I'm the person that wants to wait.
The non-motivated seller.
Right, the non-motivated
The wait.
guy.
Wait, non-motivated. Okay. Motivated. Anybody else have anything to add to the list before I get started?
Yes, I know they keep asking you, like, what are your door knocking scripts? They ask us. So in the script play, they want to know price reduction, how to door knock the neighbors, is what they keep asking me every Monday.
The neighbors, door knock script.
How do you door knock the neighbors? What is the script you say when you do your open house? You're going to open house about the home.
Open house. Scripts. Okay. Scripts. Anything else? We're good?
I have a question, Sophia. Maybe, I know some of this comes up, like to say, hey, I've had other appointments with other agents. Why you?
Why you? Oh, I love that
That's a good
one.
one.
Hey,
Oscar, man.
Why you? Why you? It's me? Oh my God, I went through that with that client. And I was like, why not me? Hey, ask Charlene. Charlene was there, right, Charlene?
Yeah.
What did I tell him? Do you remember what I told him? Why me?
Why? I really don't
You
remember.
don't remember? No?
I just know you're so direct and like so blunt about everything, but I don't remember.
Okay.
She's nervous, okay?
She said I'm correct and blunt about everything.
She's like, all I know is that you literally got the listed.
I actually like me a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not there. I'm very, in that case, it was a divorce case. So when I sit there, the thing about me is that when I walk in like, I do not need your listing mindset. And it's not coming from an arrogant, cocky way, but I really don't need your listing. Like, I really don't, right? So it's like, it has to be a win-win relationship. Because if there's already a lot of resistance, I forced myself on people in the past, and there was the worst transaction that sucked my life performance. You know what I mean? Because you know when you're not the right fit with someone. And when I was new, I just wanted every listing. And what I've learned through time is I don't want every listing. That's what I've learned. Because I'm a chameleon. I can blend. And today I'm going to teach you how to be a chameleon with all the personality types. Okay? Because you just have to know how to speak to different people. Because what happens is that the DISC personality test, it's DISC. We're going to go over what this means right now. I want you to take your own, because if you take your own, you will understand. And when I go through this, so the D, this is 3% of the world. I, 7%. 11%. And then the rest is S. I forgot what the math is right there. Wait. What is it?
That's 7, that's a little.
21, so you
Yeah, 21, yeah.
89 left. Oh, 79 left.
Okay, so I want you to know this. Okay, so take a picture of this. Hi, welcome.
Hey, morning.
Take a picture of this. What I want to say about listings, I have to say this, okay? With listings, you have to understand this. People are looking for reasons to not hire you. Not to hire you. They're thinking, okay, so what happens if you're just 1 minute late? Is that good or bad?
You should never be 1 minute late.
Back.
Okay, that's
What happens, when you understand, welcome, I haven't seen you. He's over here just with number 1 agent, just rolling in. Just understand this. They're looking for reasons not to hire you. That's what they are. So what were they thinking when you were about to get there? They were thinking, okay, I'm not gonna sign nothing. I wonder how much they're gonna charge me.
I should just cancel the appointment?
So what are they thinking? That's what they're thinking. And they're thinking, I don't know if this is the right person, right? So the first thing that I do and I learned is I do what's called disarm the seller. Okay, so when I get there, they're thinking, okay, if I don't like her, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna wait, I don't have to sell. So when I go, hi, I'm very aware that you don't have to sell. And I disarm them. Now they're like, oh shit, like what am I gonna tell her now? That's fine, so I disarm the seller and we'll go over that today, okay? But just remember this, the world is 3% high D personalities. Let me change the screen. So let's go over what they are. The people that are high D personality, they're very direct, very results oriented, very firm, very strong-willed, and very forceful. You know what's interesting? 90% of the leaders in the world are D. But only 3%. So these people, they thank God not the whole world is full of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Those are the ones who have all the wealth, though. The wealth.
Yeah, because guess what? They're just fearless, direct, results oriented, and that's me. You could talk to anybody that I lead. I have Ben in here, I have Charlotte in here, Amy will tell you. I'm all about giving my result and how you get there. I'm very flexible, I'm cool, and I'm nice. One thing I tell them is this: I will never be disrespectful, rude, or mean, or talk down to you. Never. I will never be unkind to you. But I want results though. I need my results, right? Okay, influence, so the D's are the people I'll give it the best way to explain this is, imagine there's an elevator full of people, okay? The D's, they're just gonna get in the elevator. They really don't care, they're just gonna get in the elevator. The high I personality, these are the social butterflies. It's like, honestly, it's like herding cats to get these people to do anything. The high I's, they're the ones that get in the elevator, and they're like,
What's up?
oh my God, cute shoes! Oh, what a cute baby! Oh my God, they are just talking to everyone, okay? I'm gonna tell you, the D's, you don't have to know this, what a D does not like, they do not like when someone wastes their time.
Preach.
Okay? Or when they feel taken advantage of. This is the main two things, that when they feel taken advantage of, like this is me. You try to take $1,000 from me, I'll spend $10,000 suing you just so you don't keep my $1,000. Okay? That's the D's. Gabe has one right now in his world. Okay? It's a principle for us. You will not take advantage of us. Okay? The high I's, their biggest fear in life, like this is the biggest fear a D has, is do not waste my time. So for me, like I see almost everything as a waste of time. That's why, like, if a movie, I don't like it, I'm like, this is a waste of time, just don't watch the rest of it. If a book is not good, I stop, like, everything's a waste of time to me. Like, if you really want to piss me off, if I'm in a meeting with you and you arrive late, I just cancel it. And when I was teaching, I used to teach masterminds in Kennedy Corona at 7 a.m. And at 7:01, I didn't let nobody in. No. Because I was like, you don't respect my time, I don't respect yours. You know? Time is the biggest thing for high D. Which one do you guys think I am? D. Okay. The high I personality type is very important for you to understand. The high I personality, their biggest fear in this world is they'll tell you, they'll lie and say, I don't care if people don't like me, but they do care. What they don't like is not being liked. Not being liked is like their biggest thing. They're people pleasers, they want to be liked, they're social butterflies, it's a big fear. There's a majority, okay? And another thing, we call them the table dancers. You could always see them, you get to a party, they're on the dance floor first, talking to everybody, they're like, this is them. You guys know people like this in your world? Okay, now pay attention. The 79% of the world is in this. Their biggest fear is change. They love stability, okay? And I'll go over that. Their biggest fear is change, okay? And the 11%, the C's, their biggest fear is making a mistake. These people work very slow, very cautious. They are the engineers, the accountants. These are the people right here. The S's are, why is it important for you as a listing agent to know the different personality types? It's because what if you treat every single person like a D? You're not going to connect with the majority of the world. If you treat, a D, let me tell you something, they will identify themselves. So you have to know what questions to ask to figure out who you're dealing with. So I have the same package, the same listing package, right? You all have a copy of it in KW Command and you have your own package. But I have 4 different presentations depending on what personality type I'm dealing with.
That's a good idea.
Understand? So when I did this, when I started, I was not getting a lot of listings. When I would go up to bat a lot. Because I'm good at prospecting and I'm a hustler. I will outwork all of you. I literally do. I'm literally the number one agent in this office right now. Okay? I literally outwork all of you. And what I do is I call around. And by the way, that's only 28 homes year to date. That's not even a lot of homes, but whatever. Okay, but so I will work everybody, so I'll book appointments, but I wasn't getting them because I only was relating to people like me, the 3%. So my conversion was 50%. Like the first few months when I got into business, I was like, this is not gonna work. I did everything wrong. I'm direct, I'm blunt. Do you think that works for the majority of the world? So I'm gonna tell you, so an elevator full of people, the D just gets in. The I person talks to everyone. You know what the S person says? Oh, the elevator's full, I'm just gonna take the stairs. They don't like to bother people, they don't like to ruffle feathers. And the C people, they're the analytical ones. They're the ones that walk in the elevator and go, the weight capacity is 6,000 pounds, there's 7 people in here, oh my God. The analytical people. So there's an elevator full of people, which one are you? How many of you think you're a D? Absolutely. And I?
I'm so, now that cause I have a bank code, what you're talking about, I'm in between now. I'm in, well, I'm an I, but I'm getting to the point of I'm not like you. And I know this sounds strange, but I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
So,
And then the S's, who's an S? How many of you are an S? An S? Don't mind
Charlotte, are you to raise your hands?
I'm assuming.
Charlotte, yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you're an S. And then the C's?
I just took my
That's why you
test.
cracked up, that's why you cracked up. Okay, what are you, Adam?
I go with
DI.
DI?
They're kind of in the middle.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Rudy?
DI.
100%. Yeah, that you're higher. Awesome. I'm glad that you guys know this about yourselves, okay? I'm glad that you know this about yourselves because it depends who you're gonna deal with, yes.
Would you say that the way your life changes, this could also change?
Yes, absolutely. As you age, it'll change. Because there was a season in my life with just the environment I grew up by, you know, the women are very submissive in my family and stuff. So I remember there was a time where I was very shy. Like people would describe me as shy up until like 4th grade. Okay? Up until 4th grade, I was shy. And then I flourished. Okay? And yes.
To piggyback off of what Gabriel's question, do you believe that also your personality can change as you work on yourself? For example, I've been doing PSI work and I
Yeah,
feel like
yes.
a little bit of a D there because I'm trying to become a little bit more blunt with things and all that stuff. But
Yes,
So, yeah,
it is because remember, you are your environment. You are, and your environment, the way you were raised, who raised you, what you've experienced, it really has a lot to do with it. For example, let's just say I'm a blunt kid, and then all of a sudden I experience some trauma, then maybe I'm gonna be a little more introverted for a while. But who you are, who God created you to be, where you be, is who you are by default.
Yeah.
But you could shine. So just so you all know, we all cannot be any of these. We all, but when I say you're one or the other, because you magnify yourself more in one way or another. We all could be me. High D's, like I literally thought there was something wrong with me before I understood this. Because I could come across as very insensitive, and I remember my sister, she's here, but the first time she called me, she's like, oh, are you busy? She was on my real estate team. She was like, are you busy? And I go, oh yeah, I'm about to walk in an appointment. What's going on? And she goes, I got an offer accepted! And I'm like, oh, congratulations, you did your job. That's where your job is. So then she said that she pulled over and she cried for an hour. She didn't tell me like 2 years later. I was like, oh, that's so rude of me, right? Because I didn't say, oh, congratulations. But to me, I'm like, well, you don't have a job. Your only job 40 hours a week is that you don't see a dentist posting on social media, ooh, I filled more cavities today. You know? Like, we are the only industry that does this. Hey, I helped another divorce. Oh, I sued another person. Like, you don't see attorneys post this. We're the only ones that does this in real estate. I got another list, I got another, yeah, congratulations, you did your effing job, right? You have a job, right? So that's so we could be very insensitive. So it wasn't, and I really thought there was something wrong with me. I was like, oh my God, there's something wrong with me. But then I met other people that were me. I found my people. I found other women that were like these, and I was like, they're all wrong, we're all right. This is like, there's another world. No, but this is good. So this is very important for you to understand. Now look, the high eyes, they're outgoing, they're enthusiastic, they're optimistic, they're high spirited, they're lively, right? The S's, even tempered, very patient, very humble, very tough. And the C's, analytical, more reserved, more precise, more systematic. Okay? So understand that we all have gifts. I would get fired so quick as an accountant. I don't want to do that job. Right? But I'm also a D. I'm 100% D, 100% I. I also love to be liked. And it does bother me if someone doesn't like me. I'm like, okay, why? Did I do something? I'm at a maturity level where it doesn't impact my life anymore. But when I was a younger version of me, yes. When I was a younger leader, it took a lot of things emotionally to heart. And then I worked on my emotional intelligence. I remember the first time one of my employees quit, I cried for 3 days. Now if they quit, within 30 minutes, I already have a new applicant coming in. Because I'm looking for a bench, like it's a different mindset. Does that make sense? Okay, wonderful. So today, what I want you to understand is in order for you to get more listings, you're gonna have to learn how to speak to the different types of people. Understand? The S's are my favorite buyer's agents. Because they are so patient and caring with people. Me, I'm like, I'm gonna show you 5 homes and we're gonna pick one. That's just how it's gonna roll. These agents, sometimes I yell at them, but you have to let them know. Because they'll show for 4 weekends and they just go show. I'm like, you're not a tour guide. You're not giving people tours of Menifee. You know what I mean? Okay.
I just wanted to share like an experience Hector had recently because we actually lost the listing because he didn't pay attention to the personalities. My husband's a DC, so he's super direct and super analytical, so there's like no emotion. Like he's not gonna read the room and think about feelings, he's just gonna go for it. So he went on the listing, and because of his own programs and insecurities, he prepped a lot with graphs and numbers and analytics and all this stuff. And when he asked for feedback on why they didn't pick him, they said they didn't connect with him emotionally because the house was a probate, and he didn't like ask, how are you guys doing with that? Like what happened? Or, you know, the grandpa was moving out into a hospice. He didn't even like touch on that stuff because he was so DC and over preparing because the whole family was going to be at the listing appointment, which was already a challenge.
Yeah, you got 10 people, that's a hard listing appointment.
Yeah, so had he read the room, he probably would have touched more on their emotions and took the listing.
If he would have just said this, because I've been in that situation in probate, I've done 2 only. The first thing, I had 11 family members that, I will never forget this transaction, was in Santa Ana, California. And I remember it was all these family members, and they would all have their own realtors, and I'm there, you're in the hot seat, it's very awkward. So, and exactly what he did. The first thing I said that got me the listing, and they granted me the price, and they granted me the commission, that's fine, because there was a lot of people. But what got me the listing was that's exactly, I did the opposite. I said there and I said, look, I understand that you guys are going through a very traumatic experience. And I understand that whether it's me or whoever you choose, I pray that you guys find the person that's going to be with you, that's going to connect with all of you. The way I see it, and I said, and I'm just here to tell you that that my commitment to you is that I will be direct, honest, and fair to all of you. I will not take any sides, and I do not want input from 11 people, so who's going to be my point of contact here? And that got me the listing, because I took the time to say, look, I acknowledge their feelings, but I tell myself that, because naturally, that's not me. Naturally, I'm like, hey, get the listing, sell the listing, move on. That's who I really am. But because learning this, it really helps you realize like what you're dealing with, what's the situation, what you're preparing for. So what you want to understand is that when you meet with a seller, they will tell you who they are if you listen when you walk in the door. Yeah. The high D, they're like, hi, welcome, awesome. How much is your commission? And how much you can sell my house for? You're like, can I put my purse down first? Yeah. Okay, but that's how they talk to you. The high I's, I love them. They want to be liked, so they'll never question my commission. They will overpay every time because they're like, oh my god, my next house has to have a nice kitchen. I'm like, oh my god, yeah. So like, let's get this one sold. Let's get this one sold so we can. And then I start focusing about the next property because they're so social. They're embarrassed to like haggle you on the price. They want to be liked. They don't want you not to like them or think they're cheap or frugal. So they always I get 6% every time from these people. I love it. Okay, the S's, these are the ones that I love D's because I relate to them, I'm one of them. So I tell them, look, I respond with, I'm like, hi, how are you? I'm like, great. Before we get started, let me tell you, we're going to go over commission and price as soon as I get a moment to sit down. Is that okay with you? Because I already know they're going to ask that. So they're like, ooh, I like that. She's like a boss. I talk to them like that. So they, do you think that would work with an S personality that's afraid of change? No. That's why I'm not a fan of those scripts that are like, don't leave without the listing. Make sure you get the signature. I'm not a fan of those because that has lost me a lot of listings. Because I would refuse to leave. I was one time in a listing from 4 to 9 p.m. and they were not signed.
Gosh. Wow.
I had had dinner and everything there. And like, they were not fine. And I lost it, they didn't even hire me. They liked me, I got a new friend, but not a new listing. Okay? And the reason was because guess what? They are not the kind of people that you can't force them into a decision. They hate change, at the process, everything. You'll know who they are, the eyes, because they're like, oh my God, welcome, they want to connect with you. They want to be liked. So they're like, oh, I like your shoes. Where'd you get your purse? I already know. Okay, they're not going to question. They don't question any of your fees. The S's, you know who they are. They typically have a lot of family pictures around their house. They have a lot of knickknacks. Jay calls them knickknacks. Hey, a lot of knickknacks. And what they do, you know, they identify themselves because when you walk into the door, they're like this. Oh, this is the kitchen where we had all our Christmases with the kids. And this is where little Johnny learned his first step. This is where my husband and I watched it. Like, they have an emotional connection to the home. So you have to be very careful with that, okay? Personality-wise. And then 11, these people, they want, oh my God, they're my least favorite sellers of all time. I love these all day over a C. Because I don't like numbers and graphs and statistics, they are the ones that are like, okay, these are the ones that you go to, you learn InfoSparks. All of you as a professional, if you don't have escrows, then you are unemployed. If you don't have an escrow, you are unemployed. Did I repeat myself on that? You're unemployed. So you have all week to work. So go learn how to use InfoSparks. And Lisa Favorite uses Alto. My listing, I already had it, but my listing that I just took $5 million in Laguna Beach, I literally impressed them with Alto's report. It's a report where you put the zip code, it tells you how many active listings, how many pending, like all the graphs, it looks really professional. You have access to that on InfoSparks on your MLS. Learn how to use it because these people love us, RPR reports. They're like, oh look, the statistics show that this is what home prices are. It's all reports, they love graphs, they love statistics, they love sales. So you go in there, you say, as of this morning, Lake Elsinore has 68 active listings. And out of those, 20% have had a price reduction the last week. So we're in a downward market. They want stats, they want numbers, they want percentages. The rates, I checked with my lender before I came, because I know you're a detailed person. The rates are between 7.1 and 7.5. That's where they're at. And I went ahead and created a payment. And I did this at the listing I went with Chardon Shadow Me on. I said, are you aware that your home is selling for $810? Your tax rate is 2.2. Your HOA is 170. The solar payment is 130. Are you aware that if a buyer comes in with 5% down conventional, their mortgage is $6,200 a month? And that's if they put in 20% down. That's $184,000 down. They have to still pay $6,200 a month. If they come in with 5% down, the buyer in your property is going to pay $7,800. So understand the pool of buyers with affordability. How many buyers are going to be able to afford this home, and how many lend. So when you talk to them like that, he's like, by far, hands down, the best realtor we interviewed out of 4. But because I just had a conversation that they weren't having, because I knew that he's a C. He's a C. He wants numbers. He wants graphs. I knew how to speak to him. If you talk to an I with graphs, you lose him.
Get them stressed out.
That's me.
They're like, Sophia, how much money in my pocket? I go, 60 grand, okay. And with that, you can buy a house like this, okay. Like, they don't care. Understand that?
You can also offend them, like make them feel stupid.
Yeah.
Like when somebody brings a graph out for me, I'm like, I don't know that like that. Like I'm
Yes.
insecure.
Yes. Yes.
Keep it simple. Keep the numbers
Yes,
simple.
keep it simple.
Yeah.
But do you realize that you have to be prepared? So my listing presentation slideshow has like 80 slides in there because do I use them all? No, I use about 10. But it depends who I'm talking to. It depends what the conversation is going. So it is crucial that you learn this and you pay attention to what people say, and that way you know how to approach them. Your conversion will be in the high 90%. You could take every listing you want because you're mirror and matching them, as long as you come prepared. So what if you don't know what kind of person you're going to be in front of? You'll figure it out within 5 minutes. So be prepared for all types. Bring the graphs just in case of this person, and if you have graphs and you get a high I, don't bring them out. They won't care. Okay? For them, you have to be prepared. For them, you have to be prepared to talk about what home they were looking for next. You could talk about, make sure you know what the new builds are in the area. make sure you understand like what the next home looks like for them. They care more about the next home. They like to socialize, certain keywords, okay? What do you think about this? Were you taking a lot of listings? Do you use the list?
Oh, absolutely. That was like one of the biggest changes, but even just knowing the profession, what they do for a living, how long they've been doing it. Oh, that's awesome. How long you been doing it? How long? Do you enjoy it? Oh, I love it. And then so you know that they work with numbers or an engineer and so forth.
That's very good. That's a very, very good
So-
point. That's a very good point. If you know what they do for a living, you immediately will know what they are here. You will. For example, nurses, right here. Any caretaker personalities, teachers, they're an S.
Yeah.
Accountants, engineers, right. Oh, when I get an engineer, an accountant, I'm like, damn it, Info Spark, where are you? Because they care, and they want to know, and they're going to question you. And I'm like, but when I get a high D, oh, what time are you going to be there? 3? You better be there early. So I love the military saying that says, if you're early,
You're on time.
you're on time. If you're on time, you're actually late. And if you're late, it's unacceptable. I love that. Because you already have a strike against you. You're fired. And if that's you struggling with punctuality, I'm telling you, you already have it, like, they're already not trusting you. Right? Because you're already not in integrity. So what if there's traffic? Newsflash, you live in California, there's always traffic. So plan ahead. And you know what I did? I'm gonna tell you the truth. What I do is I always have work with me because I already have my database on my phone. So I'd rather be an hour early to an appointment, and I'm productive that hour. I call past clients, I follow up on my current transactions, I check my email. And when I was doing the 75 hard, I had extra tennis shoes in my car. And I would go get my second workout, and I would be walking around the neighborhood while my appointment came. You could find something productive to do. It's better to be early than to be late. Got it? Is this helpful to you guys?
Yes.
Is it a good reminder?
Yes.
So what I recommend is this: every year around the holidays, you know that week between Christmas and New Year's, that's when I revamp my whole business. That's when I go and I update my profiles on all social media platforms, preferably the picture too. Like that's my goal. Get a new picture, put it up, and revamp all my packages. You know, with new because the market's different than it was. Right now, we're going to go into a different market. I make sure I have the latest apps. I make sure I prepare my packages. I make sure they look a little refreshed. I add new ideas. If I go to classes, I implement everything on my business. So when the new year comes, I'm ready to rock and roll. Right?
Is there a place that you can go through your command and mark them as such?
Yes, very good. I actually had it in my previous database follow-up boss. And on command, that's a very good point. You could put, I used to tag the personality type.
Right.
You could do a tag in command. Tag D, tag I, tag S, so your team knows what they are. We should do that, Ben.
You can create a tag.
You can create any tag you want. By the way, you can customize any tag you want. We came up with a new one today. We're going to call it, I like buyers in training. Those are people that have back credit. Instead of putting back credit, I put buyers in training, okay? Okay? I'm going to tell you something. How many hours does it take? One of the things I'm committed to is never lugging you guys into failure.
Yes.
Okay? So can I be really honest with you guys?
Yes.
Some of you ladies and gentlemen, are not working right now. How many of you are really not working? You know you're not working. Oh.
Raise your hands, raise your hands.
Yeah. You're not. Adam, yeah. Adam, you know you're not working. Because you know how I know you're not working? You have no escrows. So I don't want to make you feel discouraged. I want to encourage you today. I want today to be the day that you decide if you're going to be doing real estate, stop being a hobby. Treat it like a business and you will accomplish so much. And there's different reasons why people don't do it. Maybe there's not a reason why you need the money. Maybe you're doing something else, and I'm all for that. My friend Aline, you guys saw me with her earlier this week. She literally she retired at 40 years old. She checks in at 11 o'clock in the morning at the gym. And I'm like, I want your life. And she goes, no, I want your life. I go, no. She literally she's a single mom, bought a condo in Corona for $50,000. Did a flip and paid it off. And she was happy her condo paid off. Then what she did, she rented it out and saved up money. She was selling about $10 million. She made about $250,000 selling real estate. She bought another property in Corona and then worked hard and paid it off too. So now she's living for free in her house in Corona, and her rental gives her $2,000 a month to live off of. She's in a good place. Then she bought her daughter, paid for her daughter's college of 4 years. She paid out of pocket for Arizona State University. Her daughter became a school teacher, paid for her master's program out of pocket. And as soon as the daughter graduated, she bought a house for her daughter for $184,000 cash in Arizona. She says, you're gonna inherit all these 3 properties. She only has 1 daughter. She goes, however, right now when you live there, you're paying me rent. So now her daughter pays her $2,500 a month for that. So now she has passive income from Arizona, passive income from the condo, and now she lives free in her house in Corona. She is very frugal. She made $300,000 less 2 years ago, and she said that she still had $270 left. She's real frugal, like too much, in my opinion. I always make fun of her. She's like, I treated myself and bought myself $200 of paint to paint my house because I did good $300,000. I was like, I would for sure red bottoms and a purse, a couple vacations. Like, what do you mean you treat yourself with $200 of paint? What's wrong with you? But she's 40 and retired, and I'm not. So who should I be listening to? Who's doing the better one?
It's all
Live the
relative.
life you want.
Yeah, exactly.
So am I judging her? Because this year she's only sold 2 homes. Am I going to judge her on that?
No.
She doesn't have to work, and she doesn't want to work, and she just goes to the gym, and she's begging body, and she works on her fat percentage, goes to brunch, makes healthy meals from TikTok all day, takes snacks, and gets massages.
Oh, my gosh.
And she's 40 years old. And yes, I don't tell her, but she always says, oh, you don't push me to sell more homes. I go, no, you don't have to. You don't sell homes because you don't have to.
What's her personality type?
Yeah. She is an I. She's an I. She's an ID. She's more I than D, but she's amazing. But you know what? She built out, she made very good choices for herself. Has a brand new car, paid off, all that. No debt, no credit card, nothing. That's the life. You want to be there. I'm bringing that story up to tell you that those of you that are not working, I don't put all you in the same category. Some of you are not working because you have a spouse that pays all the bills, you have a good life. I'm not judging you, but those of you that need to buy a home, take care of your family, take care of your kids, you need to get to work, you guys. I don't know who you are in here, I'm not looking at nobody specifically. Okay? But you guys need to get to work. Because guess what? The market is doing crazy stuff, but I was talking to Tano this morning. He just came back from the Mortgage Summit. It's a big conference for all mortgage brokers. And they're like, come February, March, we're expecting an increase in appreciation in California of 12% in prices when the rates come down. When the rates come down, what's going to happen to home prices?
They go up.
Well,
So when should people buy?
now.
Now.
Be more buyers
So
out
if
there.
you're not working right now, like, I'm not saying the market's not challenging, and I'm not saying it's challenging even for the experienced one of us. It is, it's challenging for all of us. But you're choosing that. So I really want to encourage you to take this like serious. You know what happens is that you pretend to work. So you'll say, oh, there's a class, I went to work, I went to a class. And I'm like, no, you're not working though. You're not working. Working means if I have no escrows, I'm going to be in the office or working from 8 to 5 every single day, and you will find something. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
So please, I want to encourage you. We have all the resources, the time, the people. We have we have an amazing coach. We have an amazing coaching program. You have me. You have Jacqueline. You have Jay. We have a great team. We're here to support you.
ALC.
There's a lot of leaders. You know, some of us, including myself and the Gutierrez team and some of the team, Gabe is on pace to make more money this year than every other year.
He doesn't.
That's a fact. I went over his multi-year trends with him.
Nice.
You know? And guess what? Some of us are having the best year ever. Because while everybody's like, there's no work, I'm going to sit here and watch Netflix all day. We're actually working.
Gutierrez team.
Understand that? The Gutierrez team. But they're here every day. So I want to encourage you. Get in front of people. So I'm going to teach you my way. My way is meet with people that want to buy someday, that want to sell someday. If you go to any coach, they'll tell you don't do that. That's a waste of time. If they're not really a motivated seller, don't meet with them. That's a very transactional way of thinking. Okay? And it does work for people. The Mike Ferry agents, they love that. They just want to sell real estate to their 100, that's great. I don't. I want to build a business. And that creates other streams of income. So being transactional, you're always gonna suffer, because when the market goes down, you're gonna suffer. When the market goes up, you do better. Why? Because it's tied to transactions. And my business is tied to relationships. My people call me, love me, and you care about human beings. I'll share a story that happened. I got a referral for someone, a true story. My witness is Ben and Charlotte, they were in the room today. I got a referral for someone, hey Sophia, because I tell my clients, refer me anybody that has any questions about real estate. Well, sometimes I get questions about, do you know real estate attorney? Yes. Hey, my insurance went up, what do I do? Okay, I don't care, as long as they think of me, I'm answering those questions. Another client that's gonna list with me in November, you don't know about him yet, his name is Raul, I helped them answer questions about a title like 4 years ago and connect them with Lisa. But now he thought of me, now he has to sell. See what I'm saying? So this person was referred to me, do you do leases? You know what you all say?
Yes.
No, I don't do leases, majority. I don't do leases. Oh, you're busy doing nothing. No, you're doing nothing. Yes, you do leases because you have no escrows. So you're unemployed, so you do leases. So what I said is, okay, let me meet with you. They said, what's your budget? $5,000 a month for a lease. I said, okay. I called an in-person appointment. And what I found out is that this person makes $25,000 a month. He's in the CBD industry. Legit income and everything, but doesn't put in self-employed, doesn't put in the cash in the bank. The point is that there's an option for him. There's a program that town was doing for him, where all we need is 10% of their own funds and 10% gift funds. And town was so creative. He said, let's have your mother-in-law add you the bank account so the 10% is seasoned. And the other 10% gift funds, someone else that has money can gift it to you. There, we don't have to season your money. Very creative. So now we're gonna get. Now that's gonna turn into a $900,000 purchase for me this month. Because I cared and took the time to meet with someone that just wants to rent. So I told Ben, what's the aha here? And he's like, oh my God, Sophia, I give 30, 40 applications for the rentals and I already have their pay stubs, income, W-2, and FICO score. He has their entire files, and he had 30 to 40 of all the rentals we've had. He probably has over 100 people with all their tax returns and pay that he knows that they can buy or not already. And we're not taking. I'm like, because we want to sell. We want to sell 100 homes next year. We are gonna sell 100 homes next year. Just the three of us, just us. And there's opportunity. There's opportunity all around us. There's opportunity everywhere. So if you convince yourself that the business sucks, guess what? The agents like us that produce, we're like, okay, bye, it does suck. You're right. Remember Danica Post said that? You're right, it is a tough business. You should go get a job. It's very tough. You should go get a job. Yeah, it is tough for the people that give up. Because I'm not worried because the top 10% of the agents do 90% of the business. And I know for a fact I'm in the top 1% of agents. So I know I'm going to eat. So honestly, I can't worry about the 90% that are going to do the business. I will go broke if I just focus on them. I'm focusing on you guys, the ones that are showing up to classes, the ones that care, the ones that want to grow. But we can motivate you to do it. So I want you to know that the DISC, learning this, is going to increase your conversion. So please, call everybody and just get in front of people and practice your presentation. Better yet, we've created it here, nobody came. We said, okay, every Monday at noon, during lunch, we're gonna have role play your presentation. How many of you are interested in coming in and practicing your presentation on each one every week? This week, we're gonna practice a presentation to a high D. Next Monday to a high I. Next Monday to and on your lunch on a Monday. Who would come to that?
I do scripts and role play every Monday, and I only get charity.
Yeah, so
But she, we're pouring on her. Don't
That's
worry.
good, you get one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, that's good, but what I'm saying is that if we put it on the counter, we've done this, and no one comes. We're like, practice your presentation, don't practice on why would you practice on real people? Can you imagine a surgeon saying, I got my license, and we practice on you? This is a big investment, you guys, so this will increase your conversion, okay? So let me go over, I'm gonna teach you now. Are we good with the disc? You guys get the importance of it?
Yes.
Are you guys gonna do it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I want you guys, the next class is gonna be taught by Adam Bray. We're gonna have him present his listing presentation class in the month of November. Got it? Got it?
Yes.
Adam?
Sure.
Yeah, I want you to know, Aurora's my witness, When I met Hector, he was more of a buyer agent. And he had sold 6 homes. And when he met with me, he was playing hard to get. And then I said, oh, well, you're stuck at 6 deals. He didn't know his numbers. I said, how many homes have you sold? He really did not know off the top. Now he knows. But when I met him, he was a baby newborn agent. And then he came and I saw the class, and he's not the Hector you know today. He's not the Hector you know today. Now he steps up, he confidently talks to you. He was that student that would, after the class, come up to me and say, oh, I have a question, you know? So he came up to me after a class and said, I said, what else do you want to learn? I went over everything, and then he said, Sophia, I really want to learn listings. I said, awesome. Next Thursday, you're teaching a listing class.
That sounds familiar.
I did that to Gabe too. And guess what? He's an amazing listing agent because you have to get in front of the class. So Adam, you guys don't know Adam. Adam has always been a top level executive. He worked for multiple companies. He's always been one of the highest paid, highest performing salespeople in every organization. He has a lot to give. So now he's been a shining real estate.
So he's a C.
He?
D.
C?
No, he said he's a D.
When I took the test, I was a D.
D?
He's a D, yeah.
Well, then Prince.
Yeah, he's a D.
Kind of.
Okay? He's a D.
Very also.
He's always been a leader. He always overseen a lot of people. He's amazing. So we're gonna get him to teach us some of those sales skills. Okay. Now I'm gonna teach you guys my price reduction presentation. Very needed and very important for you to understand. This is how I do it. And I already did it yesterday. I'm gonna do it today. And Ben, very important because Ben is the one that's gonna deploy this. Ben, this is what happened. So what happened is that I would take a listing in a tough market like this, and guess what would happen? The client would see me and take the listing, and then my assistant or me would call back and coordinate the open house. And then after the open house, there's no offer. So now they're like, what's going to happen next? Are you doing another open house? That's the first question they will always ask. When's the next open house? As an agent, if a client has to bring it up, you already failed. Because the client should not bring up the idea of an open house to you. That means we failed. It has to be our idea. Open house went great. We're looking at getting another one done next week. Okay? Another thing is this, if a client calls you to ask you what's going on with their transaction, you already failed. Your job every day in the morning is to service your clients. So when you wake up at 7 a.m., between 7 and 8, my clients, literally, you touch them. Happy Tuesday. Thank you for trusting us with the sale of your home. We'll keep you posted on any of it. But you touching the client every day makes them feel like you're working on the transaction. And it takes 5 seconds to send a text. So if you learn something from me is every day block 30 minutes and touch all your clients. Even your hot leads, touch them. That's what I do. It really works for me. Price reduction, what I realized when I was a newer agent, I would go take the listing, coordinate the open house, and then I would call them back and say, I need to meet with you. We need to reduce the price. And you know what clients stop? Lazy ass Sophia. We went with the wrong agent. She's not doing a good job selling our house. She's only done one open house. She's not doing anything to sell my house. So I create a rule of thumb. If I touch the file, I update the client. That's the rule of thumb, Ben. That's the rule of thumb, Charlene. So even if it's like, hey, I'm looking for property to show you this weekend, you let them know, hey, I'm here looking for properties to show you this weekend. Let them know you're working on their file. If you touch the file, let them know. If you touch the file, repeat after me. Let them know. Like for real, let them know. That's what I do. So my price reduction, not only did they not want to reduce it, I got fired. Many times I got fired the first years. Because they're like, you know what, you suck. I'm going to hire another agent. That's why agents like Rudy and Arlen, that cold call, they thrive because the first agent didn't have the right strategies. They come in and they sell it at the price that the first agent told them to list to begin with. Yes or no? There's agents like them that make it a living going after expireds or withdrawn or cancel listings. Got it? So this is how you're going to reduce the price. I already know it's an overpriced listing, right? So I call and say, me or my team will say, hi, today's day 0, Ben. Your house is now active on the market. It'll be on over 650 websites because you're part of Keller Williams Realty. It goes on, Keller Williams pays for a service through ListHub where it goes on over 600 websites. Then the next day you call them, today's day 1. We had no showings and no inquiries. You do this even after the open, so now we're on day 8, you did the open house, it's Monday. Hey, we followed up We followed up with all the leads from the open house, and nobody's interested in submitting an offer. And then on Tuesday, the open house, day 9, hi, today your home's been on the market for 9 days, and nobody has inquired. And just so you know, we did a Facebook ad. We blasted out to our database. We called every single person. We door knocked 100, like whatever you did, we've done these activities. Because this goes back to, you guys remember my listing presentation, my cape? You guys remember that?
Yeah,
Those of you that
Yeah,
don't
no, it's
know,
recorded on YouTube.
you guys know what my cape is?
yeah.
No? Okay, some of you know what it is. Yeah, cape is I tell the seller, there's 4 things that sell a home, Ben. The condition of your home, you control that. The accessibility of your home, you control that. The price of your home, you control that. You're only hiring me for exposure. So if your home doesn't sell, it's because I'm failing you exposing your home to the majority of eyeballs. What was the E? Exposure. They're only hiring you for exposure. So you control this. So if I'm going to meet with you in 2 weeks and we have no offers because one of these things is off, you already know what it's going to be. Because you know the condition was a brand new build, so it's not the condition. It's not the accessibility, because we've shown it every time. So what is it going to be? The price. And they'll be more open to that conversation, because now you're not going to fire me because I'm going to justify that I'm exposing the home. But guess what? Day 9, I have no inquiries. Day 10, no inquiries. Yesterday I called this client and he said, oh, are we overpriced because I don't want to lose money? And I said, it's unfortunate, but we'll see. So today I'm going to call again, hey, at the end of the day, another day, Ben, in the text, hi, another day, a call followed by a text. For a call, because they want to hear your tone. Because a text is very transactional. It has to be a voice call, a phone call. You know what the client will say? Sophia, what do we have to do? I want to sell. I need to sell. I don't have the mortgage for October or November. All right then, we need to position your home. This is what you say. We need to position your home to a price that will cause it to sell. Repeat after me. We need to position your home to a price that will cause it to sell. You like that? And then that's how I get a price reduction. That's my price reduction strategy. It doesn't work if you don't call them every single day when you know you're overpriced. It doesn't work because then they think you're lazy, you're not working.
Yeah.
But if you call them every single day with an update, no calls, no queries, no calls, no queries, guess what? They will tell you in their own, please reduce it. I came up with this strategy years ago, man, it's how I live. So I want to teach 12 of you. Who's going to implement it? Okay. Rudy, tell me how it goes, okay? Because we all have one of those listings out there, okay? Now, commission objections. Ben, what percentage of my listings do I get full commission on?
100% mostly.
I will not. The thing is that remember this, where there's lack of value, price is always an issue. Does that mean that I don't have a listing at 4% right now? I do. Because I will not walk away from money. I'm too smart for that. But they don't have room to pay me more because they just bought the house a year ago. But I'm very good because when you say, this is what, remember, I walk in, I already know how to approach them, and I tell them, look, I'm going to be neutral, this is what we're going to do, this is where the market is, this is what's going on with the economy, and you find this out by going on CAR.org and reading about the market. You're a professional. Those of you that don't have escrows, you are unemployed. If you're unemployed, you have nothing to do. Instead of watching Netflix, go and become a professional in your industry. Become knowledgeable, because that will attract business to you. Okay? So, I just tell them, like, you just explain everything you're going to do, and then we say, I go over the commission and say, look, my fee is 3%. I don't use the word commission. Commission is negotiable, fees are not. My fee is 3%. How much are we going to pay the other agent? 2, 2.5, or 3. And then what I do is I bring a printout, and they haven't been in my listing packages recently because the market's now different. I need them now, but Jennifer was with me 6 years, and Ben is with me 4 or 5 months, so he's now learning how I work. But when the market is like this, I bring, always a Zillow, on the checklist it says a Zillow printout, a Redfin printout. I need to know I need a printout from all those websites. Ben, there's a checklist, ask Jennifer where it is. There's a checklist of everything that should be in my package. And then one of the things I bring too, well, you saw my price reduction, you know what, yeah. One of the things that's in there for me is I bring the most recent solds in the area, like do a mile radius, the sold printouts. And then when I want a higher fee, I want to fight for the buyer agent commission, because I know that they will push buyers to the ones that have a bonus or the ones that have a higher percentage in this market. They do, right? So what I do is I'll say, look, okay, so these are the 10 most recent solds, and I don't care if I wasted black and white papers, 10 black and white papers. I say, look, this one that hasn't sold, been on the market, is offering only 1%. Because they're out there. Have you guys seen them?
Oh, yeah.
And I said, look, and the one that sold, they actually paid 4%, and the one that sold in 2 days. Show them and say, how much do you want to offer? Look at the results. Let them decide what to pay. But I switched their mindset to focus so much on what they're going to pay the other agent that they don't even fight my 3%. Got it?
Got it.
Because the conversation, okay, my fee is 3%. Look, and then I start saying, okay, look, this is how much they paid. They never ever come back to, how about your fee, Sophia? John is laughing.
Have you ever had I would interject, because of that whole lawsuit thing, if they say, well, why am I paying?
The whole lawsuit thing is, we just, because Elizabeth International had a meeting with us this Monday, it's not going to affect us. Because so I'm not worried about it. Okay. I'm worried about it all. And no, I have people that say, well, how much is it total? And then another word I use is this. I say, look, there is cost to selling your home. No, there's no secret. Your home appreciated 80%. Okay, like you gained $200,000 in equity. This is how, and I say this. You're gonna get 94%, and realtors are gonna get 6%. You're getting 94%, now I'm getting 6%. And you heard me say that before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did I say that to?
To Wayne on my side.
Oh, you did that, yeah? He said.
He said, okay, like, you didn't even question it.
I was at an open house one time and the lady came in to preach.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get 94%. I'm gonna get sick. The realtors get sick. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but she was from New York, so when I used that scripting, she was kind of like totally confused. So I need you to say like one amount to certain people, it's like, oh well.
And I'm clear. I don't play games. I'm like, look, it's gonna be 94% for you, 6% between the realtors. Because I say that because I don't split it equally a lot of the time. I don't. You can judge me all you want. I just don't. I believe that whoever hunts the listing should get paid more.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you do more work.
You do less work as a listing agent. You do less work, but you're gonna have the ovaries or something else to go get the listing.
Yeah.
I had the ovaries to go get the listing.
The ovaries.
Yeah,
Very PC.
I had the ovaries to go get the listing, so I should get paid more. That's just my opinion.
I love it.
So that practice. Look at the people in this room. After this class is over, don't go home and go pretend to work. Don't go home and pretend like you're working. Stay here and role play with other people these scripts. Stay here and practice your presentation with people. Share each other's number. Meet here on a Monday. We have this beautiful office space. Come here and work. Man, I would be so successful if I can get just another 5% of you to work. I just can't. Right now, just 10% are making all the money right here. So. It is what it is, okay? So I'm gonna wait for a better time to sell. Okay? Remember, you will go out of business broke if you need to find the motivator. There's some people that not even Jesus Christ himself motivated them to sell. You're not gonna be any difference. If they're not motivated, those are really, if you're a brand new agent and they're not motivated, absolutely go try your discipline presentation on them. Like, I think it's a great practice to meet with them, but don't spend your energy on them. The non-motivated people, they are the ones that will suck up all your time and not make you any money. Those are the sellers that make you look really bad. They tell all their friends and family that you suck as an agent. The neighbors think you suck because the for sale sign's been up there for a whole year. One of the things, if you wanna grow your business, this is a tip for the Gutierrez team. One of the things, unless you're 100% on top of this, and this is for, I'm speaking to myself, Sophia with Ben, because we're not gonna sell 100 homes by not doing this. And this is where we fail as agents. Jonathan, all of you, that really, very important. When you put a listing up, you know what, the neighbor, we did a survey, we saw a survey. The listing comes up, and then the sign comes down. The neighbors don't know if it's sold or it didn't. They don't know. Some look online, some don't.
Yeah, they go on Zillow or.
Some don't. The people that are not savvy computer, the ones don't speak English, they don't. They just think that you didn't sell them. So one of the things that I did for a whole year, we tested it, and it was hard to do it, honestly, because I had a lot of, like, I sold over 100 homes that year, like 120. It was a lot of work for my team, because I don't take listings just locally. I have like one in LA, one in Victorville, wherever. If you make it a point for 2024 to do the coming soon, right? The right way, just listed in escrow, just sold.
Yeah.
If you do those to the neighbors will call you and get listings. We don't do it because we're lazy. We don't do it because we're lazy.
We don't do it because it's not part of our system.
Yeah.
We forget the step.
Yeah, it's not on your checklist. That could be it. Some people just don't have a system, and some people are like me, just lazy. Because I don't want to go back to the house and put a little signage tag. But guess what I did? You know what my system was? I'm going to tell you the system that I had in place that we're going to implement again, right? It's done. Ben, all this is going to your son, all of it. I'm about to leave for 3 weeks, so when I come back, I'm going to be like, Charlotte and him are going to handle this for me. But one of the things that I did is I went on SMS products, and we all could buy them in bulk as an offer. Who's interested in going in with me, but getting them for like cheap, $1 a piece?
What is it?
There's a printing wholesale. So I used to be a board of director at Tigar, the board of realtors. I was a director for 4 years there. I did, okay? And I found out where Tigar buys their wholesale signs to sell them to us agents. I got the wholesale, like the direct connect, you know what I mean? So me and the agent, we bought in bulk, we bought 100 sandwich signs for, I think, $8 a piece. But we had to buy 200, whatever. And we all divided it, and I bought some with Gabby Hansen. Who knows it? Yeah. Me and her, we're just, hey, I have a wholesale, I don't care what whoever wanted them, I put it on social media, and she said yes, and we split them. So what I did is I did that with the agents. I was just an agent. I wasn't an owner or nothing. I was just an agent in the office. I was in the ALC, and I said, hey guys, so I bought all those sites. I bought them in bulk. I bought all of them, and when I went and took to my listing appointment, I had them in my car. When they would hire me, I would tell the client, I need you to do me a favor to help me sell your home. Please help me. I would say, if you find me another seller during this transaction, I'll get you $1,000 off your credit to you, so you can spend it on furniture. So that's my thing. If you give me another seller, well, I'm still in escrow with you, I'll give you a credit of $1,000. That motivates them to look for sellers for you. Another thing I did was a system. Those signs, I got them in bulk for $2 a piece. So I invested $8. And it's not worth me paying an assistant or my gas to go back to the property and switch out those little signs each time. So my system was, I just left them there. And I had the client do it. Will you switch it? And then we just had a reminder, hey, can you change it and send me a picture? And I'll give you a $5 Starbucks gift card for managing my sign for me. And they would all do it. They all say yes, because they get excited. They get excited, make it part of the journey with the kids. I have my friend Liana, my friend Beatrice, when I sold her house the last time, she sent me a picture of her kids doing the sold on my sign the last time. And this time when she sold it, she goes, you didn't leave the little star signs on it. I said, I'm not doing it right now. And she's like, where are they? I didn't put the just sold on my house. You guys, if you add this to your repertoire, I promise you will attract an extra 20 grand next year.
That's really good, actually. That's a really good idea.
Okay? So you guys want to buy them in bulk? We all chip in. Are you guys down?
Yes.
Okay, get with Ben. Whoever's in, give Ben your name and number, and we'll buy them in bulk, and then we'll buy a large amount, and we'll all have, that way you have them, you leave them. So just listed and pending in escrow, we have others or something, and then sold, closed escrow.
I would even bring those things at the listen appointment.
I did, yeah, at the listening appointment, I'll bring them.
By the way, I'm gonna leave this behind, because we're gonna do a coming soon, it's just this, it's just pending.
Yeah, so you guys, that is your tip of the day, Gutierrez team. Right? Cause she's been taking this class for 5 years, twice a year with me. But every time she'll pick a little something extra, right? So we do. So do that. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Is this helping you guys?
Yes,
Oh my God, can I do a little video before you guys leave of me in the class, of you guys in my class?
Yes.
yes.
So, only work from motivated. If someone says I wanna wait, keep in touch with them once a month. So remember my script on the buyers, A, B, and C? You guys remember, if you're a buyer, I will tell you. Remember your name, please?
Miyoshi.
I'm sorry?
Miyoshi.
Miyoshi. Am I saying it correctly? Miyoshi. Okay, Miyoshi. If I say, Miyoshi, if, I want my motivation to match your motivation.
Yes.
Do you wanna buy it now? In 2 to 3 months, or in 6 months plus?
2 to 3 months.
Okay, cool. Because if you wanna buy now, you're what I call an A buyer. That means I will call you every day.
Okay.
If you wanna buy it 2 to 3 months, I'm gonna call you every week. If you wanna buy it 6 months, I'm gonna call you only if I find a good deal, or every once a month. Is that cool? The reason that's important is I know your motivation matches my motivation. The reason that's important is because if you're a C client that wants to buy in 6 months to a year, and I call you every day, you're gonna think I'm pushy and crazy. If you're an A client that wants to buy now, and I call you once a month, you're gonna think I'm lazy and I'm motivated to help you. So I have my communication has to match, our motivations have to match. So that's a script for buyers, okay? I do it the same on the sellers. How motivated you are to sell this house? Do you need to sell? No. Okay. What if I get you the right price? Yes. Okay, then are they motivated to sell?
No.
Because I tell people this, I remember, I'm a D, I'm blunt. I'm like, oh, so you want me to sell your home for 100,000 more than value? I have news for you, Maisha.
It's okay, I'm used to
Sorry,
it.
I said it wrong, sorry. I have news for you,
Miyoshi, right?
Miyoshi. I have news for you, Miyoshi.
Yes.
If I'm gonna sell a house for 100,000 more, it's gonna be my own house.
Right.
It's not gonna be your house. I tell buyers, if I could find a house for $100,000, you would never see it, because I wouldn't buy it myself. You would never even know it existed. I'm blunt though, I tell people that. If I find a
Sometimes people need to hear that.
I tell people, if Sophia, find me a house, and I remember I had a client that sells BMW, they said, okay, so I'm gonna go to your dealer next week, and you're gonna give me a BMW 2024 for $25,000. Okay? They're like, I can't do that. I go, then I cannot find you a home for $300 in this market. I'm okay with that, bye. Okay? Okay, door knocking scripts. Door knocking scripts. You guys, you're building relationships. Don't overthink it. Just go connect with human beings.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm a realtor. I sell homes for a living. Are you interested in making a move? Like, I'm a fan of being direct and to the point and not BSing people. Okay, I would love to apply for the job. One of the things I do have is a resume. I have a real resume that I bring to every appointment and every open house, and every time I have a client, I have it in my car. I bring a resume because I go, hi, if I door knock, I'm going to be different than every realtor. I'm going to show up and say, here, I'd like to apply the job of being your realtor today or someday. If you're renting, when you want to buy someday, I want to do a free consultation for 30 minutes. If you're an owner, if you're an owner, awesome. Are you going to live here for the rest of your life? No. Okay, when you sell from now in 20 years, I intend to still be in the business. I'd like to apply for the job. Here's my resume. Regardless, you're still my future client.
Was one of my last ahas. I started the resume from the last time we took this class.
Yeah, the resume. Teach all the PC students. Is it in their checkbook for them to do one? Yeah, make sure that's in your checkbook for the PC students. That's important. Very
We
important.
want to show up to class first, and then we'll get the resumes.
Yeah, we need to call them. Yeah, if they don't come, yeah, they need to come to the class, the students, because they quit real estate, and I call them. That's what I want. When I come back from traveling, I said I want a list of the students from your program that have not came, because then I'm gonna call them. Hey, I see you're not coming to the class. What's going on? I don't want to do real estate. I'm like, good. Then save your money. Like, I'm okay with that. I just don't. We want our energy and our resources and our time to be spent on people that want to do this for a living.
You want to match the motivation.
Yeah, your motivation. Yeah, if you want to sell one house a year, wonderful. I'm gonna call you once a year. If you want to sell one house a month, I'm gonna call you every day. Where the hell are you? Get off your booty, get off the TV, and come over here. Right?
Yeah.
I want your motivation, match my motivation. That's a conversation I need to have. That's a very good point with the agents. Why you? Why you?
Because I'm gonna get your household. Because I'm gonna get your household.
You're gonna get it sold. I'm gonna get you to, remember, it's about what emotions are gonna be tied to selling it. So you say, you wanna sell, why? Because you wanna buy, you wanna have passive income, because you wanna go to a bigger home, because you wanna adopt children, because you wanna downsize because your mother's going to a convalescent home. Like, there has to be an emotion tied to it. You say, look, we wanna get your mom to a safe convalescent home, so let's do that. Always tie it, and just, if you connect with people on a personal level, but keep her, I'm not a fan of the high eyes. The mistake they make is that they want to make everybody their friend. Oh yeah, I'll cook for you. Oh yeah, all these promises they're not gonna do.
Oh, my God.
You know? And I'm like, no. You and not, they don't want. Okay, how many of you need more friends in your life right now?
I guess I do.
One person. I personally don't need no more friends. I have 200 friends in here that work here. I have all my high school friends, college friends. I have so many friends. I'm a Latino family. Each of my parents has 11 and 13 siblings. I have 54 first cousins. I have a party every single damn weekend. Okay? And like, I really do not have time to see everybody or do anything with everybody. I really don't. I have 52 weekends a year. That's only 52 opportunities to go away for the weekend. Like, I don't have time. So they don't want they want to hire a professional that will guide them. They don't want you to be their friend. Does that make sense? If you build a friendship in the process, great. I was in 2 of my clients' weddings. I built very good friendships throughout the years. But that's not how they want a professional to get the job done and do great and stay in touch with them and care about them as human beings. That's what people want. If you show up as that professional, then all of you, I don't care if you've never sold a home, no, the clients do not know that. If you do not be scared, just say, you know what? I'm newer to the industry, but I have an amazing team behind me, and nobody will work harder than me. I just did that with a hotel sale. I said, look, I have never sold a hotel, but I promise you I will figure it out, and I will work hard. And they hired me. Honestly hired me. They hired me with honesty. And I'm a newbie too, but I'm confident in the fact that I work hard. Are you confident in yourself? Would you hire yourself to be your own agent? Would you hire yourself? You know, I always say this. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, yeah? Like, nobody will know if you steal a pen. Nobody will know if you eat all my snacks. Nobody will know. But you will know. God is watching. It's fine, it's fine. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's watching, right? So the truth is this. Are you in integrity with this career? Like, I always tell you agents, some of you lie to your family. They're like, I'm gonna go to work, and then you come here and you go on update your website, and that is not working. Working means you're talking to clients.
Does your activity match your goals?
Yes, does your activity match your goals? You're never gonna make $1 million with a minimum wage work ethic. Right. Sorry to break it to you. And let me tell you, how you spend I know what your priorities are. All I have to do is look at your bank account and your calendar. How you spending your time and your money. That's under your priorities. You're like, I love my kids, I work for my kids, but you haven't seen them in 3 weeks. Because you're at the casino after work every day.
Happy hour.
Right?
Yeah.
Or you're like, you know what, I'm really, you know, like, are you living in alignment with who you say you are? That's true. That's the truth. Because you're a leader, people don't follow. Are you the leader that people want to follow? Are you the type of leader? Because we're all leaders. What are your priorities? Oh, I really want to own rentals. Yeah, but guess what? Every time you have extra money, you shove it up at concerts, you buy stuff you don't need with money you don't have to impress people you don't like.
That's true.
Is that true?
Preach it.
That's Dave Ramsey. He says it, right? You buy things you don't need with money you don't have to impress people you don't like. So that was why not you? Be honest, just tell people, you know, I'm going to work very hard, very responsive, and speak about and know. But the main thing is this, until you master your buyer consultation, your listing presentation, you are blocking yourself from the blessings and opportunities out there. Because you're not confident, you're nervous and you're scared. So you're like, they want to sell a house, okay, I don't know, nobody's helping me. Nobody has to help you. Yeah, think about your biggest accomplishment. I told this to my coach. he said, who trained you in real estate? Well, no, I figured it out. He goes, exactly, successful people will figure it out. So when agent says, no one taught me, no, there's no training. You are not getting up, there's Google, there's so much more information than the realtors that succeeded 30 years ago. We have such an advantage.
The easy part is like the internet you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Keller Williams, you guys pay a monthly fee here. There's over, Gary Keller interviews the top agent in every segment every year. They record every call. They do playbooks. You have a playbook for artificial intelligence, for IS, for everything. There's a million videos. But we can do everything. We can teach you the business, we can teach you the skills, but we cannot teach you desire. You have to bring that. If you don't want it inside, if you're not gonna be willing to do it, we can't. I cannot get an AK-47 and get you out of bed and show up in the morning with a gun to your head. Because I would be really successful if I can get all my agents here working. If every agent, that is 100, almost 200 agents here, if they all could host an open house every weekend, my office would be #1 in the state of California. Did they get their license? They're like, oh, it's hard. I quit. People are scary. I quit. Because you said it. Like if you're not going to be in a relationship with helping human beings, it would be challenging for you to succeed in the business. It's a people business. Find another career. God loves you, and He has a gift inside of all of you. It may not be real estate. Go bake cakes. Give me one. Bring one. Any questions? Yes.
At what point do you establish that baseline of the personality that they have, and do you have a sequence of questions to build a rapport with your clients?
Yes, there's questions. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for asking. You establish it within 5 minutes of talking to them, even if it's a cold call over the phone. You'll know. You'll know like their personality type, and you could ask them. You could ask them a question. I've used my elevator scenario before on people. I go, there's an elevator full of people. Which one are you? And they'll be like, oh hell no, I'll take the stairs. I'm not okay. Or they'll be like, I'll get in. I don't care who's there. I'm like, ooh, D, okay. I use that scenario. I'm like, okay, I want to get to know you, connect with you. Like, I'll give you a scenario. Okay, I want to know what kind of person you are, so I know how to, I'll just tell them. But there is actually script and there's questions. I don't have them. Actually, that would have been a good idea to add to this. I apologize. There is a question where you could ask people. They say, would your friends say you're very social or you're more of a numbers? There's 4 questions I've seen them before.
Okay.
It'll say, would your friends describe you as direct? Or they describe you as a social butterfly? Or they describe you as very cautious? Or they describe you as a numbers person? Or analytical person. So there's a question that you ask them all those 4, they will say which one they are. Is that Melinda Fernandez?
Yes. I know I was on a tour, my intentions were to be here on time.
She knows punctuality is important to her. She probably got kicked out of some of my classes in the past.
I told the receptionist you were there.
Yeah. So the class is over, but just want to see you.
I have one quick question for you. For the price reduction strategy, I've thought before, is it good to kind of do that layout in your presentation? Like,
no, they can't really do it.
You always want to list high, right?
Yeah,
like, I'll agree at this price, even though it's not really my suggested price, but this is going to be our strategy, if we don't get the showings, the offers.
Yes.
We're going to reduce it.
Great, I'll tell you my
Like,
strategy.
give my heads up?
Yeah, this is how I do. I say this, but I don't tell them I have a strategy behind it. I don't tell them that.
Oh.
What I do is this. I would say, Gabe. This is what we're gonna do. And I did say that to him. I said, look, if we have the rule of thumb in the industry is if there's 10 showings, no offers, we're overpriced. If there's showings and no offers, then we're about 5% overpriced. Like we're priced to kind of to market to where we're getting enough people come through. But if we have no showings, no one's inquiring, we're just off market. We're just not hitting the mark. So we're gonna meet, and remember, we're gonna make sure, keep the home, here's the condition the home I expect it to be on, right? Keep the beds made, trash out, keep this. Make sure you're accessible. We have a lockbox, we have a Supra. We make sure that the home is gonna be accessible. We're not gonna ever skip a showing. We're gonna give you just a 1 hour notice and you make it accessible. Tap the dog, walk over for a walk, but show it as much as you can, and then the price. We're gonna see if the market has rejected the price or not.
Yeah.
Okay, I say that. And then I'll say, and my commitment to you is that I will, every day at 5 for the first 2 weeks, I'm gonna give you a daily update on any inquiries I get in my business, in the team. Every day you'll get a message or text telling you what activity me and my team got. So then it's just up to us to deliver that. Every day. Because that's how you get a price reduction. When the market is different, we don't have to talk about this conversation. Because the homes, we get 10 offers in the first hour, but the market is different. Got it?
Yeah.
So that's how you say it.
Thank you.
Any other suggestions on that? No? You guys like it?
Oh, that's perfect.
I have something to share really quick.
Sure.
I'm sorry. So there's a lot of newer agents and then like seasoned agents in here, but the importance in like learning this and mastering it and learning the scripts is so important because like you're constantly thinking about what you're gonna say and you're not listening to them, right?
Yeah.
So I just as an example, I had a client, this is a buyer situation, but still she was a high C, DC, and that's like Hector's personality, but she was like, I want to buy this house, I need to buy. She's on the like waiting list on every single builder and she just needs to buy, right? So I find her a house, checks every single one of her boxes, literally every single one. And she did go for it. It was a new build, it was going to be ready in 30 days, quick move in. She didn't go for it. And I was totally thrown out. And I called her, and because I knew the scripts, and I said, hey, Jamira, I just wanted to touch base because I feel like I failed you. Because you said that you were looking for XYZ. We found you XYZ, so clearly I was not listening to what it is that you're looking for. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page. And that's not something I would have normally said. I would have probably just like, hell, and then kept showing her homes.
Complain to your coworkers that you have a picky buyer. That's what it was.
I would have complained and kept showing her more homes and kept looking. And then she's like, oh, well, it's because it just didn't feel right and blah, 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 blah. She's going on. She basically freaked out because it got really real for her that she was going to buy. And I already kind of knew that. So I said, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. And I said, there's 3 different kinds of buyers. And we talked about this a year ago when I met with you, and I failed you by not revisiting this. And then I said, she's like, oh, the ABC thing, huh? I forgot because I always use it. And I did it again, and she's like, no, I'm more like a C buyer. So that means 6 months to a year. So I said, oh, okay, so there's really no rush in buying right now. I said, yeah, I just don't think we're ready. I said, okay, well then from here on out, I'm going to reach out to you once a month. We're going to check in with you. You're already pre-approved. If that ever changes, please let me know. She's like, yeah, oh my God, no, you didn't fail me. Of course not. I forgot to tell you that I went from an A to a C. And that conversation could have gone so differently had I not mastered the scripts. And it also could have caused me to continue showing her properties and like wasting my time with someone who's not ready to go.
Yeah, and thank you for saying that, because I believe that we have a high failure rate in this industry, not because agents don't want to succeed. I believe that a new agent works with C clients too long and their bank account goes empty and they get a job. I think they just run out of money because they're working with the unmotivated buyers. That's my theory. Because you know what? C buyers, they disguise themselves as A buyers. You know why? Because they want to see homes every weekend. Because they're bored. So they pretend to be A.
Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Let me see it. They'll be like, can we see it right now? They're bored as hell. This is their hobby.
And a sign for me on that is the fact that you said she was registered on the wait list for every builder. Every builder has available homes. Why is she on the wait list for every single one of them is the motivation.
But she's calling me, I want to see, but.
Yeah, they disguise themselves as A buyers.
Yeah.
So I've been fooled too by some of the best.
So I share that because a lot of times we're like, no, I'm not a scripts person. I don't want to sound like a robot. That's not me. But you do need to learn the scripts because once you learn them, you internalize them and make them your own.
And gas prices, I just paid in LA, $7.89.
Oh my God.
Again. So guess what? I'm really not gonna show you homes that you want. Hey, you better believe, you're not gonna catch me driving around.
Or sell me to a full tank.
Unless you sell me a tank of gas. Hey, unless you got me in a gas tank.
They'll pick us up here.
Oh my God. All right, I want to hear an aha that you learned from me today to tell me that it was worth it for me to be here instead of packing for my European trip. That's what I should be doing. Was it worth it?
Yes.
Do you guys get value out of this?
Yes.
Especially for Ben, 'cause Ben works with me directly, he's gonna deploy a lot of this, so we wanna make sure, okay, did you learn something?
I did. As
Awesome.
like an incoming agent as well, I'm hopefully getting my license soon. I learned a lot in this class, so thank you.
Thank you. And just understand that it comes from a deep place of love. If you guys don't win, I don't win. If you guys don't make money, I don't make money. So I care about each of you as people, and if some people have to leave the business, I still love you too. But just know that I've gotten, believe it or not, I've gotten a lot more gentle and softer the last 5 years. I know. Every time I taught classes at the lakes, I would have at least 2 people leave the market center and complain about me. I swear. And I'm like, damn. And then it got to the point where Jeannie said, Sophia, we don't want you on the calendar for like 6 months because we're recruiting agents and they keep leaving. But I would tell people, if you're not going to work, just go get a job. Like, who are you fooling? And then they'll quit and quit and quit. And I was like, ooh. So I wasn't allowed to be in the calendar for 6 months. And I was like, okay, I have to find a more loving way to say, get off your ass and work. How do I do that?
How do you not sleep wondering something?
You know, you can't wonder, you know what I mean? It's just like for me, so then I wasn't allowed, so now I've been allowed back. I've been allowed back. Wait, did you learn something today, Gabe? Did you take this next time?
More of a statement about the scripts. Like you actually.
Listen, bring it in.
When you internalize scripts, you can actually actively listen. So you can listen for those motivations and you can pick up on their personalities. And you only do that by knowing what you're going to say and by practicing what you're going to say. Because that way, when you're actually in dialogue with them, you're not, okay, I need to say this, okay, I'm going to answer like this. You can actually just really focus and listen, since she's pointing the camera at me. Focus and listen to exactly what they're saying, and then you already have a predetermined script in mind, and you answer the question.
Yeah, so the scripts are recorded.
Say one more
Did you learn something today?
I did actually, on top of, the disc and stuff, I discovered something that I can add to my list now, which will be come in with those, coming soon.
We're gonna buy them as well, it's hard to do.
Because you're already putting the mindset that, okay, I came over here with a mentality we're gonna
Also,
live.
another thing we can buy in bulk are the little frames, the flimsy ones. We can buy those too, because you guys don't use my signs if you don't want to buy them.
Yeah.
So you can buy them. That's been on your list. Buy the little A-frames, the little signs. Yeah, we can buy a lot of stuff in bulk as a team and get them really cheap. We can buy 1,000.
I just paid full price.
You buy 1,000 and then just pay the discounted price.
The system as well, adding to the system, putting it in place, going throughout the signs. Because we pretty much teach to that.
Yeah, but and the thing is that if you're not gonna go back and put it in your house, you're gonna forget.
Yeah.
And and it's just not good. Okay, did you learn something from me today?
I did. Well, I'm a new agent, so I just thought that all those strategies were going to be helpful.
Absolutely. How about you?
No, this is my first disc class, so I think it was really helpful to kind of know and break it down how to approach each person, and also just have like that mindset of already trying to categorize them.
Yes, how to approach them, yes.
That was me. I was all proud that I got my listing presentation together, but now I can customize it to the personality. That's really good.
Chardonnay, what did you learn today?
How to be able to tell, read people and know, I never would have imagined that, depending on each personality type, you gotta talk to them a certain way. So,
when I met you, in how many minutes do you think I knew who you were already? I already had it.
Less than 5 minutes.
I met Ben, or okay, I know he is, I know you,
What about when you met me? I'm just
It was love at first sight.
Did you learn something today?
But I'm a student right now, but one thing that's important is if you want your clients to be committed, you gotta stay committed to what you're doing. This is your baby, this is your legacy. You get up, you put in what you get out. Bottom line.
100%.
But we're here to help.
If you put in zero, you can, my quote that I made up is, you can pretend to work, but you're gonna catch some pretend paychecks. Because a lot of agents pretend to work, but there's no paychecks coming.
Preach.
Amen.
Because you can, when you revisit it with the seller,
The
you talk to
kid?
them.
It's a C-A-R-P. Which one is it? The E.
Right.
I did exposure. What did you do? What's wrong with here? Then it's always the price.
Right.
All right, Miss Christine, what did you learn from me?
I like your approach on commission. I like the fact, I'm gonna change that and say.
Bring the printouts of the full one.
This is, yeah, I like all of that, that was really good. And then I like the fact that you changed the terminology to this is my fee.
And then about my fees, I say my fees 3%, let's see how much we're gonna pay, and then I go on to the next conversation. Their brain, I move their brain from thought about me to the next thing.
I love it.
I control the conversation.
Ditto, that's.
Yeah. Oscar, what you learned?
Yeah, I mean, everything was great, but it was good to reinforce the fact that just treating human beings, being genuine and showing them that you care goes a long way.
100%. That'll get you more listings than knowledge.
Yeah.
You can have all the knowledge, but you don't care about them, you won't get.
And you can tell when it's not genuine and when it's not, you know.
Yeah,
being on the other
but they
side.
have commission. Okay, how many of you have been to like Walmart or Target lately? Can you guys tell which cashier likes their job and which one doesn't?
Yeah.
Is that obvious?
Yeah.
Or which server?
This one self-checkout.
Can you guys tell? Hey, self-checkout has 1,000 people on it, right? Yeah. Ben, what'd you learn?
My biggest is going to be the price reduction strategy. When I first started with you, we didn't really have to deal with price reductions, you know, but the market's definitely changing now. And
So for Drew, today is day, call him again. He wants an update, no inquiries, it's on these business sites. Every day, then he'll be like, and she said, look, we need to position your home to a price that will cause it to sell. That would be a phone conversation.
Right.
But we have to first give him an update every day.
The sign writers, going back to that, when leaving those at the home for the seller creates engagement. It gets them excited, gets them motivated.
It'll get you listings, because then the neighbor's like, oh dude, they sold it quick.
Yeah.
I mean,
It gets you listings.
you mentioned I was in sales where, you tell everyone you train, possession is 80%. If you're selling a product, whatever that product is, and you get that into the customer's hand, you're 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
So if you're leaving those at the home, and you're saying this is your job while we sell your home, it makes that engagement, it gets them more connected with you as a realtor, but also the sale of their home.
Really?
I want to add to the disc profile, but you can use this disc profile in life. When you go check into a hotel,
Anywhere.
different ways, because then you know how to approach them.
Even your kids.
Because right, in general, life is sales. Everywhere you go, whatever you're trying to accomplish, it sells. So this is very important to learn because it makes you a better person to communicate, to get the things that you want.
You know what, and in parenting, I had, like my sister, I wish she was in here, but she always says, oh my God, like, my daughter's a certain way, my son's a certain way, and she would compare the kids a lot. Like, oh, this one does her homework quick, fast, doesn't complain, this one, like, I struggle. And at the end of the day, when she learned this, she goes, oh my God, my daughter's an S and my son's a D. And she was expecting them to be different than what God wired them to be. So think about it with your own kids or your spouse. If your spouse doesn't like to make, I know Adam's wife, she's one of my very good best friends from college, and 100%, what is she?
Definitely a C, by far. She's very private, doesn't like talking to people. She has very few friends, but she's really connected with those friends, and she hates change.
She's my 100% my therapist. She's my therapist.
Yes.
She knows all my secrets. Hey, she keeps it, yeah. But you know what? She's definitely a CS because you're 2, right?
Yeah.
She's definitely like if you're gonna force her to make a decision that minute, she's not gonna do it, and she'll get turned off, and she will hate but pushy bully people, right? Right. So for sure, and then you're the opposite. So you're the opposite personality. You're more decisive. You get things done. So, you guys, I want to say, let me do a little quick video, and then smile and act like you're really happy.
We're gonna watch that. We're so
I can you really love my class.